I always believed betrayal came with warning signs. A shift in tone, a late reply, a lie so small you almost ignore it. But nothing prepared me for what I saw that night. It was raining hard, one of those storms that makes the world look blurry. Like reality doesn't want to be seen. I had forgotten my phone charger at home, so I came back earlier than usual. I pushed open the door quietly, expecting the warm scent of dinner, or maybe Mia humming like she always did. Instead, I heard voices. Not just voices, whispers, laughter, breathing. Her breathing. I froze at the base of the stairs, my heart pounding like it wanted to escape my chest. Every instinct told me to turn back. But something stronger, maybe hope, pushed me up each step. The door to the bedroom was slightly open. A sliver of light slipped out. So did the sound of her. Mia, my girlfriend of 4 years. The girl who once said, "You're the only man I'll ever love." And then another voice. Deeper. Familiar. One I'd known my whole life. My brother Daniel. My knees felt weak. My throat tightened so hard I could barely breathe. I pushed the door open just an inch more. What I saw destroyed something inside me forever. Their clothes scattered on the floor. Their bodies tangled. Their whispers. About me. Mia. He's so easy to fool. He'll never know. Daniel. He's weak. He worships you. He'll keep paying our bills without question. I didn't remember leaving. I didn't remember walking into the street. I didn't remember the truck that hit me. All I remembered was pain. In my chest, not my body. As I lay dying, the last thing I whispered wasn't a curse or a prayer. It was a promise. If I ever get another chance, I will destroy both of you. The world faded. The darkness swallowed me. Then suddenly, I opened my eyes again. In my old bedroom, 10 years earlier, I was reborn. This time, I wasn't the weak man they laughed at. This time, I would become the man they feared the most. Chapter 2. Reborn with their secrets. When I opened my eyes, I expected the blinding lights of a hospital, or the cold silence of the afterlife. But instead, I woke up staring at the old ceiling fan in my childhood room, the one that squeaked every time it rotated. For a moment, I thought it was a dream. The smell of old wood, the morning sunlight creeping through my old curtains, my school uniform hanging on the chair. School uniform. My heart stopped. I shot out of bed and ran to the mirror. The reflection staring back at me wasn't the beaten, heartbroken man who died in the street. It was me. 10 years younger, my jawline sharper, my eyes brighter, my body slimmer, my youth, my second chance. Before I could process anything, my mother knocked and entered the room. "Wake up, Adam. You'll be late for college orientation." Orientation. I remembered this day. The day Mia first approached me. The day my brother pretended to support me but secretly sabotaged everything I did. The day everything began. But this time, I knew their secrets. I collected myself and walked downstairs. Daniel, my older brother, was sitting at the kitchen table, scrolling through his phone, smirking like he always did. But now I saw him differently. Not as a brother, but as a snake wearing a human mask. He looked up. "Morning, little man. Ready for your big day?" In my previous life, I would have smiled shyly and nodded. But this time, I stared straight into his eyes. Eyes that once mocked my pain. "You should worry about your day, Daniel," I said calmly. His smirk faded for a split second. I saw confusion, a hint of fear. Good. The future betrayer had no idea I already knew everything. As I left the house, I felt something powerful burning in my chest. Not revenge, not hate, control. This was my second life, my second chance. And I wouldn't waste a single moment. Mia would soon appear. She would smile. She would pretend to fall in love. But I wasn't the same man. This time, I would watch them fall. Chapter 3. The first move in my new life. College orientation day. Last time I was nervous, hopeful, clueless. This time I walked onto campus with the calm confidence of a man who had lived and died once already. Students rushed around, laughing, chatting, finding their groups. But I wasn't looking at them. I was looking for her. Mia, the girl who would smile like an angel and betray like a demon. I knew exactly where she would appear. Near the fountain, holding the same pink notebook, wearing the same shy smile, pretending to be fragile so I'd lower my guard. I leaned against a bench and waited. 30 seconds later, there she was, just like before. She bumped into me accidentally and dropped her notebook. "I'm so sorry," she said, breathless and sweet. "I didn't see you." In my past life, my heart would have jumped. I would have helped her, blushing, thinking it was fate. But this time, I stepped back instead of leaning down. "You should be more careful," I said flatly. Her smile faltered. She wasn't expecting that. I watched her eyes scan me, calculating, evaluating the same way she did last time. She tried again. "I'm Mia. You new here?" "I've been here longer than you think," I replied with a hint of a smirk. Her brows pulled together. Confusion. Interest. I saw the gears turning in her mind. Before she could recover, a voice called out from behind. "Adam!" "Daniel. My brother." He walked up with the same fake friendly smile he used every time he wanted something. Mia glanced from him to me, and I saw it. The spark in her eyes. In my past life, that spark would later become the reason she left me for him. But now I knew she never loved me. She just saw me as a stepping stone. Daniel clapped a hand on my shoulder, pretending to act like the supportive big brother. "You okay? You look tense." I gently removed his hand. "I'm fine, but you look worried." He blinked. A small crack appeared in his mask. Good. Let him feel unbalanced. He wasn't the only one playing games anymore. Mia watched the tension between us, intrigued. This time she wasn't sure which brother to charm. Perfect. Let them both wonder what I know. Because this life, I wasn't the prey. I was the storm coming for them. Chapter 4. The first step toward power. For the first time since his rebirth, Aarav felt truly alive. Every morning he woke before sunrise. Cold water, hard training, no excuses. He wasn't the weak boy who used to beg for love and validation. He wasn't the brother who got betrayed. He wasn't the boyfriend who cried in silence. He was reborn, and this time he was becoming the man everyone should have feared. His strength grew faster than he expected. Aarav realized something strange. His new body learned twice as fast, reacted faster, endured more pain, almost like the world was giving him a second chance with interest. His punches cracked wooden boards. His speed left after images. His endurance felt endless. But he wasn't doing this for revenge alone. He was training to build a life where no one could ever control or betray him again. A new ally appears, Aisha. At the community gym, a girl with sharp eyes and a cold attitude watched him from afar. Aisha Khan, top athlete, smart, unreachable, rumored to be rude. But one day she walked up to him. "You train like someone who has nothing left to lose," she said. Aarav looked at her calmly. "I train like someone who's building something no one can take away." Aisha smirked. "Good answer. Let's see if you can keep up." From that day, she started helping him train, correcting his form, pushing him past limits, challenging him. She didn't know his past, but she saw his potential, something no one else ever did. Meanwhile, Maya and Kabir notice something is wrong. Aarav wasn't contacting them. He wasn't begging. He wasn't crying. He disappeared from their lives completely, and people started talking. "Did you see Aarav lately? He's changed. He's stronger now. He looks confident." Maya grew anxious. Kabir grew insecure. The power shift had begun. Chapter 5. The fear begins. Aarav's transformation was no longer a rumor. It was visible. The once timid, soft-spoken boy now walked with a confidence that made people step aside without realizing it. His posture was straight, his eyes sharp, and his silence carried more weight than Kabir's loud arrogance ever did. He didn't talk much. He didn't need to. People felt the change. At the first encounter after rebirth. One evening, Aarav went to a cafe after training. As he waited for his order, he heard a familiar voice. Maya, laughing, talking loudly, trying too hard to sound happy. She turned and froze. Aarav looked different. Stronger, calmer, more dangerous. Her smile vanished. Her confidence cracked. "Aarav, you look so different." He didn't give her the attention she expected. "People change," he said simply. Maya tried to joke. "Wow, you've really improved yourself." "But why now?" Aarav looked at her with eyes that no longer carried pain. "Because I finally realized who deserved the improved version of me." Maya's heart sank. For the first time, she felt the fear of losing him completely. And then Kabir walked in. Kabir swaggered toward Maya, but when he saw Aarav, his smile died instantly. "Aarav?" Kabir's voice cracked. He wasn't used to seeing his brother like this. He wasn't used to looking up instead of down. Aarav only nodded politely and turned away, as if Kabir was a stranger. It was the ultimate insult. Kabir clenched his fists. Acting smart, huh? Think you're better than me now? Aarav didn't even look back. I don't think, he said calmly. I just am. The whole cafe went silent. Maya swallowed hard. Kabir felt humiliated. For the first time in their lives. They feared him. Aisha steps in. As Aarav left the cafe, he saw Aisha waiting outside, holding 2 protein shakes. You survived, she teased. Didn't punch anyone? Not worth the energy, he replied. Aisha smirked. Good, save that energy. You'll need it for what's coming. What's coming? You'll see. Aarav didn't know if she meant danger or destiny. But he trusted her, and that was new. Chapter 6. Brother, you should be afraid. Kabir had always thought he owned the world. Owned Maya. Owned success. Owned every space Aarav walked in. But now, for the first time, Kabir felt small. And he hated it. Kabir confronts Aarav at home. That night, Kabir barged into Aarav's room. You think you're some hero now? Kabir snapped. Aarav didn't even turn around. He continued doing push-ups, slow, controlled, disciplined. Kabir's voice shook. I asked you something. Aarav stood up, wiped his hands, and looked straight into his brother's eyes. You're trembling, he said calmly. Why? Kabir immediately stepped back. His bravado cracked. Who's trembling? I'm not scared of you. Aarav stepped closer, slow, steady, fearless. You should be. Kabir's breath hitched, because he realized Aarav wasn't the same boy who lived in his shadow. Maya calls Aarav, but he doesn't pick up. Maya tried calling 3 times. New number, same desperation. She wanted answers. She wanted closure. She wanted attention. Aarav didn't give her any. Aisha noticed his phone vibrating and raised an eyebrow. Your past is calling. Aarav smirked. My past can wait. Aisha nodded, clearly impressed. You're learning fast. Aisha reveals the bigger plan. That night, Aisha took Aarav to a rooftop overlooking the city. Lights glowing. Wind cold. Night peaceful. Aarav, she said softly, you're strong now. But strength isn't enough. What do you mean? I rebuilt your body. Now we rebuild your life. Aarav stared at her, intrigued. Aisha continued. Kabir and Maya. Their chapter isn't over. You're going to walk into their world and make them realize what they threw away. How? Aisha smiled. Dangerous and beautiful. You'll walk in as the man they fear and the man everyone else respects. Aarav felt the shift inside him. The rebirth wasn't just about revenge. It was about becoming unstoppable. Maya finally sees the truth. A mutual friend posted a picture. Aarav training with Aisha. Sweat, muscles, confidence glowing like fire. Maya stared at the photo for 10 minutes. Her hands shook. He's really changed. But it wasn't admiration. It wasn't love. It was fear. Fear that the man who once cried for her would now be the man who could crush her pride. Chapter 7. The man they will never forget. Aarav stood on the rooftop again, same place Aisha had brought him weeks ago. But this time, he wasn't uncertain. He wasn't broken. He wasn't the boy who cried for love that wasn't real. He was the man who had rebuilt himself, the man Kabir feared, the man Maya regretted, the man Aisha believed in. On the day of Kabir's big celebration, Kabir's company had organized a huge corporate event, something he bragged about for weeks. Expensive suits, rich investors, perfect lighting, everything meant to make him look untouchable. Maya was there too, standing beside him like a trophy he had stolen. But time had changed something. She looked uneasy, almost like she expected someone to walk in and steal the spotlight. And someone did. Aarav's entrance, the shift no one expected. When Aarav entered the hall, conversations froze. Every pair of eyes landed on him. Black tailored suit, sharp jawline, confident stride. Presence loud enough to silence the room. Aisha walked beside him, elegant, calm, powerful. Suddenly, Kabir's big night was no longer about him. Maya's mouth fell open. Aarav. Aarav looked right past her like she didn't exist. Aisha whispered. She looks like she just saw her consequences. Aarav smirked. Kabir breaks first. Kabir approached, fake smile cracking. So, you finally crawled out of whatever hole you were hiding in. Aarav tilted his head. You're shaking again. Kabir froze, just like before. Aarav saw right through him. You look nervous, brother, Aarav added. Why, are you afraid of me? Gasp spread across the hall. Kabir clenched his jaw, but he said nothing, because the truth was screaming inside him. Yes, he was afraid. Maya tries to talk to him. Maya stepped forward, voice trembling. Aarav, can we talk? Just for a minute? Aarav didn't even turn toward her. Aisha stepped between them, her voice sharp as a blade. He doesn't talk to the past. Maya's eyes filled with panic. Aarav, please, just let me explain. Aarav finally looked at her. Cold, calm, unmoved. There's nothing to explain. You chose him. Keep him. Maya's lips shook. For the first time, she realized something. She had lost him forever. The final blow, respect over regret. Investors surrounded Aarav. They praised him. They admired him. They wanted to work with him. Aarav's confidence, maturity, and presence completely overshadowed Kabir. Maya watched in silent heartbreak. Kabir watched in silent jealousy. Aisha leaned slightly toward Aarav. Congratulations. You didn't just change your life. You changed the entire room. Aarav exhaled softly. This time, he said, no one will walk over me. Aisha smiled. That's what rebirth means. Aarav stood tall, calm, powerful, unbothered. The boy they betrayed died. This was the man they feared.